So I'm just gonna go over the latest news I could find on cocaine being found in the White House. I spoke about it a little bit yesterday. And before I start, for the few people watching this, just so you know, I will be upgrading to better equipment for making videos and streaming. I'm new to doing this. I'm just trying it out. I enjoy speaking on politics and news and all that. So we'll see how it goes, but I will be getting a new camera, better lighting, stuff like that. But let's get into this.
All right, a shocking drug discovery at the White House, sparking a blizzard of speculation. Fox News can confirm that cocaine was indeed found in the West Wing on Sunday, while President Biden and his family were away at Camp David. The Secret Service discovering the white powder in what they called working area during a...
From the other stuff I've seen or listened to, I guess Hunter Biden was around this area not too long before this was found. So
a routine inspection. It caused a brief evacuation, with fire and emergency crews responding to a 911 call to the White House, weighing in today and pointing out that there could be a lot of suspects.
Where this was discovered is a heavily traveled area where many White House, West Wing, I should be even more specific, West Wing visitors come through this particular area. When people visit the West Wing, there is the area of the West Wing where it is highly traveled, and that is what happens. People come through this particular area. It's highly traveled. I'm just not going to get into specifics. We do have West Wing tours that occur here on campus. They happen in this particular past couple of days. They happen on Friday, they happen on Saturday and Sunday.
The White House also dodging questions.
She is the worst press secretary in history. She is absolutely terrible. At the end of this video, I'm going to find some clips and post or show you guys how bad of a press secretary she is.
Left and right on the cocaine caper.
So what's preventing a visitor from bringing in anthrax or something that's not magnetic into the White House?
No, look, I totally understand the question, but it is under investigation.
Does the White House
What she wants to say is Hunter Biden doesn't snort anthrax.
support the prosecution of this individual?
I'm just not going to get into hypotheticals from here.
Would the president be satisfied with, sir, this is a busy room and we found some cocaine. We don't know who brought it.
So let's see what the Secret Service says, right?
How determined is the president to get to the bottom who brought illegal drugs into the White House?
The president thinks it is incredibly important to get to the bottom of this.
I would love to be able to say the president's mad, and then they can't do that.
They should blame you.
Totally.
They should say that they found it in a My Little Kitty coin.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, let's watch these videos now of how bad of a press secretary she really is.
Question really is, it sounds like you're questioning the April date that the president just gave us.
No, I am not questioning the president at all. I'm just saying I have not spoken to the president. I know he just mentioned that date.
But you're saying White House officials were involved in and engaged on this issue prior to the president being briefed on it himself.
I was in my office. I did not actually hear what the president said.
Apparently.
The president's Twitter account posted the other day, "You want to bring down inflation, let's make sure the wealthiest corporations pay their fair share." How does raising taxes on corporations reduce inflation?
So it's very important that as we're seeing costs rise, as we're talking about how to build a America that's safe, that's equal for everyone and doesn't leave everyone behind. That is an important part of that as well.
That this administration discovered at least 3 previous balloons that flew over the U.S. under the previous administration, but Trump officials didn't know it was happening.
Yeah, so look, I think that, and we have talked about this before, about how when the PRC government surveillance balloons transited the continental U.S. briefly, at least 3 times, as you just mentioned, during the president's prior administration, and once that we know of the beginning of this administration's, but never for this duration of time, as we know. This information was discovered prior to the administration left, but the intelligence community, as I said, is prepared to give briefings to key officials, but this is something. Post. But this is something that they were not aware of, as we've just laid out.
What? This last clip is from Tucker Carlson while he was still at Fox News. This is a pretty good clip, though.
If you want to know what a complete sham, what a fraudulent, grotesque perversion of reality the White House briefings have become, you should see what happened today. The low IQ White House press secretary brought in a bunch of TV actors to stand there so she could promote a TV show.
And when the reporter starts talking to her, watch this lady's face back here. Watch the look she gives.
For some reason. Why are we doing this again? She never really explained. Mental Health Day or something. None of them were doctors. But at the same time, even as she was promoting a TV show, the White House press secretary refused to take questions from actual reporters. First on that list would be our friend Simon Atiba of Today News Africa. So today Atiba just got frustrated and called out the White House press secretary for ignoring his actual questions for months. Watch what happened next.
What you are doing, you are making a mockery of the First Amendment.
Decorum, please.
It's been 7 months. You've not called on me. You've not my messages. I'm saying that does not. 7 months. You've not called on me. You've not my messages. I'm saying it's been 7 months. You've not called on me. You've not my messages. I'm saying that does not right. Does not right.
On times, welcome, guys. Welcome to the press briefing room.
That's not right. This is not China. This is not Russia. This is the United States. This is the White House. It's been 7 months. I sent you emails.
The rest of us are here too, pal.
It's been 7 months. You guys have not done anything for me.
If you have grievances, you should bring them to her later.
I have done that. I have done that. All my emails have been ignored.
And the press corps is tired of dealing with this.
It isn't about you, Simon. I understand that you get questioned all the time and you don't understand what it is to sit here for 8 months and being discriminated against. I understand that you're in the front row and you feel comfortable and you get questioned all the time. But there are people in the back who don't get any questions.
Don't make assumptions about what the rest of us do. Mind your manners when you're in here. If you have a problem, you bring it up afterwards.
What has just occurred this last 10, 15 minutes is unacceptable. It is.
What's unacceptable is their failure to answer questions at these press hearings all the time. Joe Biden sat there in front of reporters and joked about it right in front of their faces. They all laughed because they're suckers. They're stupid. They're in his pocket. But that's what's unacceptable is the lies, the straight up dodging of questions, no questions. You're bad at your job. That's why you won't answer questions, because you're terrible at it. You should have never gotten that position in the first place. You're horrible.
It's unacceptable. So we're either going to continue the briefing or we can just end the briefing right here.
End it.
Outrageous doesn't even describe what we just played for you. So here you have the White House press secretary whose job it is to answer questions from journalists on behalf of the entire American population, hijacking the event to promote a TV show, and then screaming at a guy who wants his questions answered. And then the other shills in the room don't take the side of their fellow journalist, but take the side of the lady at the front to whom they are actually beholden and try and shut down Simon Atiba. Who did that? This is a partial list. That would include Jeff Mason of Reuters, who should be ashamed, Brian Karam of CNN, Associated Press correspondent Zeke Miller. He even apologized to the press secretary later in the press conference. They, again, should be ashamed of themselves. And previous generations of reporters would have turned on them. Really, you're taking her side? She's a liar? Your job is not to suck up to power. It's to serve your viewers and readers by getting to the...
Yeah, and shout out to Tucker Carlson for saying that. They should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, she's just absolutely terrible at her job, and I can't wait for this next upcoming election, and hopefully for her to be gone.